Hi, thank you so much for being here. My name is Kara Goodwin, and I'm the host of the Meditation Conversation podcast. And today I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about all of the illnesses going around right now. And of course, I only have my little not bird's eye view, but my little purview into my corner of the world. And so who knows if you're seeing it the way that I'm seeing it, but in my world, so many people are sick, and there are a lot of different viruses going. Well, that's not the right way to put it. There are a lot of people are suffering from a lot of different symptoms. So there seems to be a respiratory issue that's going around that is really taking people out. um, I had somebody very dear to me who had this, like a really strong respiratory, who's usually very, very healthy. Went to the doctor. The doctor had it. Um, I've had many, many people who just are having a lot of respiratory issues. There's a lot of digestive things going around. I myself had a stomach bug at the start of this week. I had about a 24-hour bug that just it wiped me out. Um, and I know other people who have had digestive things. There are a lot of allergy things going on right now. A lot of people also who are just having emotional issues where um, there just a lot of incongruity, a lot of relationship things, and so forth. So um, it's interesting when I start hearing many of the same kinds of issues going on, and then to also have all of the planetary and earth changes that have happened in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So, we've had X-class flares, multiple X-class flares last week, not the week that we're finishing here, but the one before that. There were all kinds of solar flares, CMEs, and if you remember, even the northern lights were coming south. That's related to geomagnetic storms. So we were having all of these geomagnetic storms, that's planetary. Then we were having this solar activity in terms of the CMEs, the coronal mass ejections, the solar flares. So that's activity from the sun, intense activity where the sun is shooting all of this high frequency energy, all of this powerful and intense energy is being shot out of the sun into the atmosphere and eventually comes into the Earth's atmosphere. While that's happening, we've got these geomagnetic storms, which is to do with the with the magnetism, the magnetic field, the magnetic shield around the Earth. So you can think of this as like a planetary shield that kind of keeps that cosmic and solar energy from hitting the Earth too much. So that had weakened, which the combination of those two things means that we had a lot of extra intense energy on this planet. Now, what does this have to do with our health? Well, we are energy beings, and I'm sure that you have heard this. I'm sure you have heard everything is energy. This goes back to Einstein. This is Tesla. Nikola Tesla said that if you want to, what was that quote? It's like, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration and energy. So even though you seem like matter because you're physical, so sometimes we think that things might either be energy or they're matter, but that's not true. Matter is energy. Matter is energy that is slowed down so much that it starts to take physical form, but it is still energy. So even though you have physicality, you are truly, truly energy. And so when the energy in the atmosphere, when the energy in the planet is intense, it affects you. The energy that you are responds to it. And so this new energy hits you. It's different than what you're used to, and it's going to affect you. It's going to change your energy. It changes it. You vibrate differently. Um, and the way that I perceive it, the way that I feel it is that it's like this, like the energy, we've got this new energy being introduced into like the energy that we're used to. And it kind of comes together, and our energy is like trying to normalize it, trying to balance it, trying to kind of figure out how it fits in with how we already are configured and the energy that we're already used to. So this can cause things to come to the surface. It's kind of like if you're remodeling your home, or there's construction at the airport or whatever it is, it's like pardon our dust, right? You go through the airport and they're doing a remodel and you're seeing these signs that say pardon our dust while we upgrade our facility. And it's like these symptoms are kind of like that dust as these energies come together, and the energy that we are, that energy that we're used to, gets this influx of new energy. And then it's kind of like, okay, we've new things are coming in, other things are dropping away. And so, of course, that is going to throw up some symptoms for us. So, that can contribute to the physical symptoms that we might feel, because there might be areas within us that respond to that new energy where they're kind of getting upgraded, or there's some things that need to be flushed out. I know with me in particular, this week when I had that stomach bug, which by the way, I had not had like digestion issues for like I okay, I vomited overnight on Sunday, early morning, Monday morning. I literally cannot remember the last time that I vomited. And like I've tried to think, gosh, was it when I was pregnant? And my kids are 14 and 17 now. Um, I just can't remember. But so really, really unusual for me. Now, I had a medical intuitive on my live stream the following day on Tuesday. You can look at that. That was a fascinating live stream, by the way. So that's Christine Lang. It's episode, you can find that video under episode 371 with Christine Lang. It's really interesting if you want to check that out. But I was kind of just going into, as an aside, oh yeah, I had this, I was laid out yesterday, just couldn't, I was sick and I wasn't sure if this live stream was going to happen. And she said, oh, let me tune into your higher self and see what insights I get. And so what she tuned into was that I had a virus and that my body had killed the virus. So things can express as like a virus, or we might have, like, a doctor may say, oh, you have a bacterial infection, or that you have allergies. It that doesn't negate the energetic impact. I want us to stop having to think like, well, my doctor said it's a virus, so it's not to do with the energy. It all goes together. It's not to say that just because something is in it, just like with me, I understand that there's an energetic component to the viral load that I was carrying. Those two things go together. They're not independent. It's not like, oh, I had a virus. That means that I didn't have any sort of, upgrade to my system or any impact with the planetary energies. It's not an either or. It's all going together. But ultimately, it is an opportunity for our system to upgrade, to clear some things out. And again, what I was going to say in the beginning of my own situation, my own experience, I can tell that there are certain things that, like, I've had to eat a lot lighter this week. I've had to cut back on my caffeine. I've increased my fluids, even though I drink a lot of water all day, always. But um, these were changes that just my body needed. Like, I couldn't eat anything very heavy. I knew that if I wanted to feel okay and be able to get things done, be able to move through my day, that I was going to need to just be more careful than I usually am about what I eat. And so that's just interesting that our bodies are kind of maybe kicking us out of some habits so that, and who knows what the higher purpose of those things are, but I do believe that my body telling me like, oh, you need to eat a little bit less than you normally would this week, it makes me wonder like what what maybe my higher self really, what was running the show behind those physical symptoms that resulted in me, having less sugar, less fat, less, things that I might normally just snack on during the day. There was none of that. So I just encourage you, if you are seeing people in your own life, if you're experiencing in your own life a higher um, illness, seeing a lot of illnesses around you, just kind of thinking a little bit more expansively about what might be going on other than just like viruses are happening or, and just maybe exploring some connections between what's happening energetically, planetarily, cosmically, and what you're seeing in your in humanity, in your own perspective. So um, I would love to see you at the Miracle Summit. That's going to happen on November 14th. I'll put a link in the notes to that, but that's a free summit. I've got 9 amazing guests who are going to be coming in, and we're going to be creating this high frequency vortex of energy. It's really going to help you to upgrade, to up level, to propel you into kind of the current of miracles. So please join for that. I have also a special live stream that's coming with Lori Williams and Sarah Evans. I don't even have the registration ready for this. We've just done this at the last minute. We've agreed this morning that we're going to meet again at the end of the month. Actually, I think it might be in 1 week. Like it's super, super soon. But everybody loved their live stream that we did. I think it was just last month. They loved it so much, and so we're just going to do it again. I'm going to have a session with them right before, and like an Akashic reading session, and then we're going to do this live stream. So be on the lookout for that. I will put the link to registering for the live streams, and once I should have that up today. But I'd love to see you for that. And lots of good stuff coming. I hope you have an amazing weekend coming up ahead, an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time. Thank you.